We did a Beatles special edition on the Mike Walsh show, and we heard the remarkable story of how the Liverpool lads nearly didn't get to Adelaide, and then this was rectified. They received the biggest welcome per head of population anywhere in the world from that city. Well, the same thing is happening again with Boy George and Culture Club. He was, in fact, not going, and at this very moment he is there at a city reception for him in Adelaide's Rundle Mall. And the man responsible for both these coups, the Beatles way back then and now Culture Club and Boy George, is our good mate Bob Francis from 5AD. Let's cross to Bob. Bob, hello! Hi, Mike. Above all the noise and screaming...
It's going to be very loud to be able to hear. I'm trying to get cameras on. Countdown really have this the ability to get on. But you'll have to come over here, guys, with the 9 cameras. I'm sorry. But they've given the right to Countdown to actually do the filming here. And it's I don't think even Boy George or the management know that we're actually here on the balcony, Mike.
Oh, really? This is so we're doing a bit of a pirate job, are we?
Sorry, mate, I'm not getting any sound here at all from you.
All right, well, if you can just
That's better.
You can just tell us what's going on there, because you obviously can't hear because of all the screaming, so I'll leave it all to you.
I can hear you clearly now.
Okay, so we're being bits of pirates today, are we? We're filming this out of a window.
Right.
Okay. Well, how did you get to organise the whole thing to get Boy George to Adelaide?
Well, you wouldn't believe it. You know, about 48 hours ago, Peter Butler, our program manager, came into me and said, I think we've got Boy George and Culture Club to come to Adelaide. What do you think? And I said, fantastic. I said, what's the situation? He said, I don't know. And we haven't really known what to do except to organise this sort of situation in some place in Adelaide to try and get them to be on stage somewhere. We tried the back of Parliament House,
right,
which would have been a perfect spot to keep right away from people, because there's so many press and people up on the balcony here where we tried to make it a completely sort of an empty area. The back of Parliament House, the Premier and the Speaker of the House didn't want that there because it created precedence for them. So we picked on Rundle Mall, and the place is jam-packed. 48 hours to organise this. The security has been absolutely enormous. The police force have been fantastic. And then yesterday at 8:30 last night, they said, OK, we'll have a press conference. And to try and organise a press conference and get hold of people to come in at a secured place went over extremely well this morning. And it's all been done in 48 hours, Mike. It was a thing of Molly Meldrum's, really, who just said, let's do a tour of Australia. And he's doing something special for Countdown on Sunday. Hey, listen, he's singing.
Yeah, let's hear it.
You getting that?
Don't say you didn't hear us calling. You'll be sorry in the morning when we tell you Mama had tears in her eyes. She's the only one who never cries. That's the way we destroy, baby.
Oh, it's lost sound. Suddenly somebody...
I'm glad to hear it happens to even the big stars, doesn't it?
Give him another microphone, somebody.
There's Bob on camera. Give a big round of applause to Bob.
Thank you very much.
They're clapping you, Bob.
I've put on a bit of weight since a couple of weeks ago when I came down and talked about the Beatles.
Yeah.
But it's, it's incredible. Now, the helicopter is above us.
Yeah.
And the helicopter's shooting shots for Channel 10 at the moment from up there. It's incredible the way that things have been organised for the whole thing. It's really amazing.
Well, we better give Countdown a good big plug. It's Countdown on Sunday night, is it, that
right.
all this is happening
and it's really Molly Meldrum who did it all for us. He was really fabulous in organising it. It's amazing when you talk to the management of these groups, you know.
Yeah.
They didn't know even themselves what the hell was happening until 8:30 last night. And suddenly he rang me at 8:30 and said, now listen, what's going on? And I said, well, you're supposed to be the management of the group. He said, Molly's done this on his own accord, and because he's such a big guru, he's organised the guys. And I believe he's taken them to Alice Springs. I believe he's taken them out in Brisbane somewhere. And to do something different to put his show together, this is what he's done. Here he is, back singing again.
Oh, let's hear it.
This is amazing. And they're all clapping.
I'm a man without conviction. I'm a man who doesn't know how to sell a contradiction. You come and go, you come and go. Your turn. Come, chameleon.
They're all singing together.
Oh, it's great.
There's a group of kids behind me. Can't get to sing along with them.
All right.
Like my dream, red, gold, and green, red, gold, and green. Louder.
The whole forum together now.
Do your wicked words every day. And you used to be so sweet. I heard you say that my love was an addiction when we clean.
Look at the rest of the group just standing over the balcony having a look.
Stronger when you go. You come forever. You string along. You string along. Come a chameleon. You come and go. You come and go. Loving would be easy if your colors were like my dream. Red, gold, and green. Red, gold, and green. Woo!
Oh, that's amazing, Mike. You know, to see so many people sing along like that. That's only a top-line group would do that sort of thing.
Yes, I'm just trying to think, Bob, in all our years of disc jockeying and all that sort of thing and meeting all these people, I can't really think of anyone who was a better showman than him.
Absolutely. His press conference this morning was so fantastic, and that's the amazing part, that he's an extremely intelligent guy.
Yeah.
And what I love about it is that the press seem to ask Boy George all the questions, but the other guys will join in too and answer the questions. Mike, alongside me, the Premier of South Australia, John Bannon. John, we're live on the Mike Walsh Show in Sydney. Say just hi to Mike.
Amazing scenes, Mike, here. Reminds us all of 1964 and a slightly larger Bob Francis.
John, I talked about with Mike about the 20 years ago with the Beatles just a few weeks ago.
I remember it well.
Go, Mike.
I was just going to say, would you ask John, has he made any sort of official appearance today to welcome Boy George?
John, your official appearance today for welcoming Boy George, you did make a comment about a venue. Do you want to continue with that?
Yes, indeed, Bob. It's been talked about for a while. An entertainment centre for Adelaide, I think, is something that we really need. An indoor, massive, large-scale entertainment centre. The trouble is we haven't been able to either get the finance together or get the demand. And I think a show like this, an occasion like this, shows that, you know, any city worth its salt, any city of 1 million people, as Adelaide is,
absolutely,
has the capacity to sustain that sort of venue. And this will give it a great boost, I think.
Well, you've said it nationally now, John. I hope that it'll continue on and do something about it, because that's the reason why a lot of things don't come to Adelaide, because in the wintertime situation, we do have the venues for summertime as far as Memorial Drive and places like that are concerned. But to get something undercover for wintertime, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it?
As the cultural centre of Australia, Bob, I think, we not just have Culture Club, but anything else. Ought to have the venues to perform here in South Australia. It's a great environment, and as you can see, great enthusiasm and great crowds here.
Bob, would you tell John that Bob Hawke was watching and he just rang in and said you can have $50 million to build it?
Sorry, say that again.
Bob Hawke was watching and he rang just then to say that John Bannon can have $50 million to build the centre.
Bob Hawke's listening and he just rang in to say you can have $50 million to build the centre.
Oh, look, thanks, Bob. And next week for the cheque.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bannon, Premier of South Australia.
That's great.
Up here with the Culture Club in Adelaide with their live appearance. They've just been singing. And it's amazing. They're just carrying on. It's terrific to see.
Bob, can I just ask you, what sort of crowd do you estimate it being? Would it be a bigger crowd than you remember for the Beatles when they got there, or about as big?
No, mate, I don't think that'd ever happen here.
No.
I'd estimate probably, when you look down sort of one side to the other, and I'm just trying to have a look out there now, it goes down a long way. There'd be a good 10, 15,000 people probably here. It's a hell of a lot of people cramped in, and once you get back to about 100 yards away, you can't really see a thing, and that's probably the reason why there's some people don't want to stand around and look. But the people that are here are terrific. I mean, the Beatles brought in 300,000 people, and that will be never seen again, because that crowd of the main area of town and was just something that'll never happen again.
Yeah. Well, it's a great spectacle, and thank you very much for arranging this, and congratulations once again to 5AD for pulling it off yet again. Bob, thank you very much for being with us. Thank Bob.
It's a pleasure, Mike. Thank you, folks.
See you soon. All right, now, I'd like to mention that on Saturday week, July the 14th, the Nine Network has pulled off a great coup. It's going to televise live Boy George's last Australian concert, and that'll be broadcast in the stereo sound. Now, you saw the Elton John concert, and you saw how well that televised. Well, the same team will be putting this together. It'll be performed at the Sydney Entertainment Centre beginning at 9 p.m. Sydney time. And thanks to Bob Francis and everyone in Adelaide, and the crew especially, from Channel 9, and to Richard Sattler and his mum, who is girl Jean, whose idea the whole thing was. Richard's one of our researchers. We will take a break.